knows this. I've made 3,000 euro this year. 3,000. I have no alternate revenue sources, no passive income. I've been living off my savings. Why? Because I took the biggest risk I've ever taken. I'm Indian. I come from an extremely risk-averse culture and family. Everyone else in my family did what they were supposed to: finance, management, engineering, medicine. But I never did what I was supposed to. So when I was 17, I went to art school in New York, all by myself. After I graduated, I did get my work visa like I was supposed to, only to leave it behind a year later to move to Amsterdam, to live with my Dutch boyfriend. None of these are things you're supposed to do if you're an Indian girl from a respectable Indian family, just as Bindi. But I've been lucky because somehow my parents and my brother always believed that I could do things that no one else could. So Amsterdam, I know what you're thinking. I had a good time there, except that even in Amsterdam, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, otherwise probably my life would have been a lot easier. I worked at a Dutch design studio for a year before I quit because instead of fulfilling me, it was frustrating me. I started working independently as a designer in a country where no one even knew who I was. To top it off, I broke up with the boyfriend that I moved over for. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. People said I was brave, but I was just following my heart. I've never been able to ignore the damn thing. I have one life. If I'm not going to live it, who's going to do it for me? And I've always had just one guiding principle: to have no regrets. But there's still one regret I'm afraid of having. I'm afraid of dying before all of you see the real me. I'm afraid of not sharing what I have in here. I'm an artist. I see the world unlike anyone else, and I'm so afraid of leaving this world before I actually get to express everything I have in here. After a lifetime of moving from country to culture, I naturally became an expert in branding and identity design. But I didn't just want 6 figures. I wanted to make a difference. So I started doing personal branding to help entrepreneurs make more impact. Then one day, after one of my workshops, this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, Moulsari, can you help me make my LinkedIn profile better?" And I realized I had ended up in the business of helping people look good. I wanted to be in the business of helping people be who they really are. I felt like I was living a lie. I had to face myself. I had to stop what I was doing to make space for who I really was, my inner artist, to emerge. Do you have any idea how scary that is? As an artist, not only did I risk being broke, not being successful, isolating myself, being misunderstood, but also exposing myself. So I created my own rock bottom. I stopped doing what I was an expert in. I stopped taking on branding clients, and I just created space. No income, no job, no relationship, just me. And the feelings rushed in. All the fear of failing, of not being good enough, the frustration of facing myself, the struggle to actually make this huge leap. And I even discovered a longing for love for all the work that I was creating in the world. I didn't know what to do with all of it, so I wrote it down, all of it. And then I published it online, publicly. And I waited for my world to detonate. Turns out, I'm not the only one facing this struggle. Turns out, when I shared my struggle, I started helping people with theirs. When I put all that stuff out there, people started asking me for help with their journey into their unknown. I realized that I had a power to help people follow their heart by following mine. I'm an artist. I feel things deeply. And I realized this is my path, to be exposed with my heart and soul, to risk everything, to show you the world that I see. And I will risk everything to show you that world. Because that world is so beautiful, I just can't let you miss out on it. And who knows, maybe you'll even help me create it.